Hey, Stevie GB here. Time for another episode of Start Up Your Stand-Up. Now, today I'm going to talk about something that one of my viewers emailed me about. A comedian by the name of Mike Bonner from New Jersey. Loved my last episode about emceeing because he's an MC quite often at one of his own gigs. Looks like he does the Station Bar and Grill out in Cranberry, New Jersey. So there's a little plug for you, Mike. Thanks for watching. And Mike is wondering about, crowd work. How much crowd work should he do? Should he do crowd work at all? Is it a requirement of an MC to do crowd work? Maybe. Here's my feeling on crowd work. I don't believe that crowd work makes you a better comedian. I've heard that before. It depends. There are a lot of incredible, talented comedians out there that never do crowd work. I really try to avoid it, especially nowadays, because crowds could be a little less, courteous than they used to be in the old days. And, some people like to come to comedy shows and they think they're going to get picked on. So they like it. Other people don't like to be picked on. Crowd work doesn't necessarily mean it's mean. You guys know what it is. I'm talking to comedians out there. My feeling on crowd work is the word crowd, okay? If you're talking to one guy in the front row saying, hey, where you from? What do you do for a living? And one guy's answering you back, that's not crowd work. That's a conversation, okay? The other thing you're doing there is you're alienating the rest of the audience. One tip I've always heard, which is true, is if someone talks to you and you want to engage in a conversation, make sure you repeat what they said. So this way you're engaging the entire audience and they're part of it. If they say something and you don't repeat it and they can't hear it, again, you're just having a conversation. I've seen a couple of comedians that I know of that are absolutely brilliant at crowd work because they really do involve the whole crowd. One guy, R.C. Smith, amazing. His whole act is crowd work. And it's brilliant. He ties everybody in. Amazing. Paul Veneer, the comedy tornado, is another guy who does an amazing job with crowd work. I'm sure there's other guys out there. But, if you're going to do crowd work, you got to be good at it. If you're just talking to a couple of people in the audience, I'm sorry. That's not crowd work. It's very easy to lose control of the show when you try to do crowd work and you don't know how to do it. Not a fan of it. Like I said, I really don't do it that often. Sometimes you don't have a choice. Hecklers, we'll talk about that in a future episode, may force you to get into the crowd. But once again, you run the risk of losing control of the show. And that's very difficult. Audiences don't realize the concentration that goes into what we do. They don't appreciate it. They don't understand it. Some people think it's fun to be part of the show. I don't know. If you want to do crowd work, I wish you a lot of luck. It's complicated. But if you're going to do it right. A couple of tips I just gave you may or may not help. Mike, thanks again. I hope this helped you. If you feel the need to do crowd work as an MC, one thing you mentioned is, does it have to be funny? I think it does, to be honest with you. I think it has to be funny. Otherwise, you're going to really lose the crowd. And what good is crowd work when you lose the crowd that you're working? Okay. Well, like I said, subscribe, share, comment. Thank you so much for watching. This is Stevie GB. Follow me, my Twitter account, my Facebook. Go to my website down there and I'll find all that stuff. Thanks, folks. And hopefully I'll see some of you this weekend at my one-man show. Welcome to Long Island at Saluna Theater. 631-761-6602. Call to reserve. Tickets are selling. It's a small theater. It only holds about 75, so I think it might sell out. We're not going to get any major snowstorms. It's going to be freaking cold outside, so come on inside. We'll keep you warm. It's me and Rob Chaffee. It's going to be a lot of fun. Thank you. Good night.